Hi, this is Andy Nathan, and this is for the Startup Get members. And I've been asked by a few people, how do you write a tweet? Because that's sort of a big issue for a lot of people. They don't know what to write. So this is just a quick video. I'm at WordCamp today, so if you hear sounds and volumes and things in the back, I apologize. And Starla, this is especially for you because I know you asked me a few times, so I'm sorry this is a little late. So real quick, I'm on twitter.com. There's like a little button that says like, and I had to open up a few because the internet's here is a little slow. It says compose new tweet. I'm just giving you an idea of what it looks like on Twitter. As you can see, you have your feed of tweets here, people that are writing stuff, and I want to write a new tweet. Now, there's a few things that you could do when you write a tweet. You could write a quote, you could write a like a quick thought of the day. If you want to add photos, you could add photos. We're not really going to do that a lot for the book of tweets that were coming up, but that's something that you can do. So if you do have a few photos, maybe we'll consider doing it as like a bonus add-on for like the email sign up for people. But the big thing is that when you're writing a tweet, you just want to make sure it's something short. You have 140 characters. So I'm going to write a tweet talking about my upcoming book, Startup Gap, that's coming out soon. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what it looks like. And I'm actually not going to click tweet right now because I'm probably going to write a few different types of tweets, but when you're done, you just click the blue button here on the right. So I'm going to say Startup Gap will be published in August. Getting excited, or actually here, better yet, pre-register now at http://startupgap.com. Alright, so that's the first type of tweet. It's just a basic promotional tweet. As you can see, it's not that hard to do. If you want to add a hashtag in there, you just add something called a pound, and then what you can do is, let's say you want to put entrepreneur, just put a keyword. Oop, had to spell it right. So it's really simple to do if you want to just create a tweet. Now, let's say you want to create a tweet that is about like an article that you read. What you're going to do is you could just do a quick little title or synopsis of the article. So, for example, I have a blog post that I wrote for Jeff Bullis about Google Hangouts on air. So I'm just going to say, let's say I didn't write it. Let's say I'm sharing somebody else's information. Great post on how to market your Google Hangouts. And then I'm going to include a link here. And what they'll do is Twitter has an automatic shortener. It's called the URL shortener. So it'll shorten the link automatically. So notice how instead of having like no characters left, I have 68 characters left because it automatically counts that. So since I have a little space, I might put in Google for a hashtag. Don't use too many hashtags. Just be responsible with your usage of it. And then afterwards I click tweet. Another thing is if you want to do a quote. So let's say you have to be or not to be. That is the question. I think that was Shakespeare. I might be wrong. Hamlet. Yeah, that's Shakespeare. Thank you. I had a bit of a blank out moment there. So you just put in a quick little quote. I put in to be or not to be. That is the question. William Shakespeare. You could pretty much do anything that you want, as you could see from here with these tweets. Just have little snippets of thoughts and ideas. The idea here is with what you're writing for the book of tweets is just to have a variety of different tweets that you include in there. Now, if you want to add a photo, let's say I want to add something to this. I don't have anything related to it, but I'm just going to add this astronaut picture. I just click Add Photo, and it'll show the photo, and then when I click Tweet, it'll actually show the entire photo there. So here, I'll actually show you what this looks like when it's finished. If I could delete that photo, which I can't. Woo! I don't know what I did there. So here, I'll do another one. Here is a fun anagram game. And I'm going to add a photo, and I click here, and then I click wait for the photo to load, and then I click tweet. And that's pretty much it. That's all you really need to know how to do. And while we're waiting for that to load, yeah. Okay, so just moving on, continuing with our conversation, this is my 17-point program for to get more traffic from your tweets. This is what I generally use for a guideline here when I'm doing tweets. One, do your best to keep tweets below 120 characters. I know it says 140, but if you want people to retweet it, it's good to actually so they can include your @username in there. So keep it below 120 characters when possible. Another thing is retweeting your clients is generally a good thing. So if you have retweets for your clients, that's not a bad thing to include in here. Hashtags, that's what the pound, we already talked about that. Do not link dump. Notice how I only put one link per tweet at most? Don't put a million link dumps in there. Don't just put a link in by itself. Ask a question or come up with a catchy one-liner about the link. Next thing, think about people's pain points. Tweeting is about trying to catch their attention with short little headlines so they can learn more. So be thought-provoking, be respectful. Use keywords when necessary so people can find you. If you are advertising, make sure you use #ad at the end because it's an FTC regulation and I'd like to keep in good graces with the government. Only 1 out of every 5 posts at most should be an ad. So here, the next few aren't really relatable to what we're talking about. Build relationships. Don't do one-time promotionships. They're one-time promotions. Really the key here is you're trying to build a relationship and get people to move forward. Twitter is a great starting point. You could really start to build that relationship and grow it on your blog, on Facebook, on Google+. Google Hangouts later on are great with that. Just think about how you could move people on it and build that relationship you could take to the next level and start on Twitter. The other thing is be timely with your responses. Creativity is okay, but make sure you only have 140 characters, so don't be too creative. And always allow the lines of communication to stay open. Now, if you want to have a breakdown, I did this a long time ago, so I don't really recommend people doing some of the things here like 7 or 10 tweets a day, but if you're doing like 3 tweets a day or 5 tweets a day, which is not bad considering the fact there's like 350 million tweets that go out every day on Twitter, you really do need to have a few throughout the day. Then here's a good breakdown of that. At most, like I said, 20% should be pitches. Thinkers, like if you have a thought of the day, should be 10%. Creatives, like if you have like a photo or if you have some other type of image, that could be 10%. You could also use images with thinker posts as well. Retweets should be 20% of your tweets. So if there's people who are influencers in your industry, maybe find a few of their tweets and just include it in there to retweet as well. Miscellaneous, like if you have something that doesn't fit in, keep it to less than 10%. Stats and facts should be another 10%. Like if you have like, hey look, 350 million tweets go out a day. That's a fact. Sorry. People are looking at me weird. Thoughts, and again, thoughts of the day. I was already talking about that a little bit. So just keep in mind just different ways to interest your audience. Think about what your audience wants and then write about it. If you don't know, ask a client what they want to know and then break it down into short little snippets. So this is Andy Nathan talking about how to use and how to write tweets. So I hope this helps. If you do have questions, let me know. Hopefully you should have my email address. If not, contact me on Skype, Andrew Mark Nathan, and Mark is with a C. And you can also get me at andynathan.net. Thanks. Bye.